All right, we may have a few more people joining us, but we'll go ahead and get started because it is 5:30. So start in a seated position tonight and just kind of find your comfortable seat, cross-legged seat. And I'll share just a thought with you to practice with this evening. We're in a transition now, and none of us quite know where this is heading. We often can miss out on so much of life because we're only looking forward to where we're going, the big events, the big destinations in life. And sometimes we miss out on a lot of the everyday parts of life. So hopefully during this period of transition, when we have a little less to look forward to, or we're not even sure what that might be, it's a chance to appreciate the everyday of life a little bit more. And yoga, especially Vinyasa yoga, really works with that idea of transitions. It's less about the arrival in a certain shape and more about the process of getting from one shape to the other and being very aware of everything that's going on in your body, all the muscles and the structures that are moving in order for you to get from one shape to the other. So we're going to work with that idea this evening, very smoothly flowing from one shape to the other and being aware of what's going on in each inch of movement as we go from one shape to the other. So we'll begin in a comfortable seat, sitting up nice and tall, crown of the head tall, really feeling the rooting of your sit bones down into the earth. And just begin to settle in with the support of the foundation, kind of getting used to all the sensations around you so that you can eventually sort of tune them out and turn more inward. And let's draw our attention to our breath. Full inhale, chest, ribs, belly expand. Full exhale, belly, ribs, chest knit back in. A few more deep breaths on your own. And then allowing your eyes to blink open if they might be closed, and we'll begin layering on some movement. So take your right arm up and over your head, allow the left arm to plant, and just lean, reaching up through the fingertips and down through the sit bone of the right side of your body. Then inhale, coming back to center, take it in the opposite direction. Once more to the center, opposite side. We're just starting to warm up our spine. Inhaling to center, take it to the opposite side. Inhaling back to center, rotating to your left, opening into the twist. So inhale, crown of the head rises. Exhale, a little deeper into the rotation. Inhaling back to center, take the twist in the opposite direction. Inhaling back to center, and let's find our way to table position. So rocking forward and coming to hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Inhale, soften your belly, chest comes forward, cow. Exhale, round your chin, tuck your chin, round your shoulders, cat. and flow with your breath, softening and rounding. And the next time you round, let's add on some more movement here. Exhale, the hips come back to the heels. Inhale, reaching your arms forward, shifting forward, belly comes down into a cobra shape. Soften the hips. Exhale, pressing up and back. So just big circles with your spine, with your torso. Coming forward, softening down, maybe a little gaze toward the sky, and then exhale, rounding back, finding a complete range of motion, and really focus on that flow from one shape to the other. What's going on in your body? Where do you feel tightness? Where do you feel some freedom? Just notice what's going on. And next time you find yourself in child's pose, just pause there for a moment. We'll all meet up. And then inhaling, coming back up to table. Hands under shoulders, fingers spread wide, and we're going to tuck our toes and bring our knees up off the earth a little bit, and slowly pressing up through the palms of your hands, pressing your hips back, lengthening the spine first, and then begin pedaling the heels toward the earth. So one at a time, finding length first from the palms of the hands to your hips, and then down through your heels. And after you've pedaled for a few breaths, just pause. Allow your heels to gently extend toward the earth and find that length in the spine. Really ground the hands down. And pause with your breath. Inhale, shifting forward to plank. And then exhale, take your time lowering down. So a count of 10, draw the shoulders or elbows toward your body and slowly lower yourself down. Tops of the feet come down, and you inhale, dragging your hands energetically toward your heels. So peeling up, reaching forward with the crown of your head. Exhale down. Inhale, peel it up, drag the hands toward the heels energetically. So the chest peels up. Exhale down. One more. Inhale, peel it up. Exhale down. This time we're going to go all the way, so peel the chest up, press the feet into the mat, the knees come off the mat, and then extend the elbows, lift the hips, tuck the toes again, and step back into downward dog. Breathe here. And then slowly walk your hands back toward your feet. So coming into forward fold at the back of your mat. Take hands to opposite elbows. And then rest your chest on your thighs. Bend your knees as much as you need to really feel supported here. And just maybe a little flowing side to side. So you can release your head and neck and just allow the low back to expand and be supported. Then taking your hands to your hips, rising up, we're going to do a little walking meditation toward the top of our mat. So inhale, arms come up, and our right knee comes up. Exhale, reaching forward with the arms, pressing the right leg back, warrior three, and then inhale back up and take a small step forward, a couple of inches. And then the same thing in the opposite side. Inhale, left knee comes up. Exhale, reaching forward and back with your leg. Inhale, coming back up and stepping down a couple feet, inches ahead. And continue that flow at your pace with your breath. Just don't worry about what's going on with anyone else. Just focus on that smooth transition from one shape to the next. It's balance. Be patient with yourself. Continue your journey focusing on your breath, the smoothness of your movement, the process, the path, the journey, not so much the destination. And if you arrive at the top of your mat and we're still on our journey, take your time and just pause there in mountain pose. Soles of the feet under the hips, and just let your arms be by your side. So take your time, there's no rush. But when you arrive at the top, just pause there with your breath, feeling the support of the earth. So mountain pose, feet under your hips, hands by your side, chest is wide. And we'll do a few sun salutations to kind of warm ourselves up a bit more. So inhale, arms come up and we set our hips down. And then inhale back up. Exhale, fold. So reach through the fingertips and fold toward the earth. Slight bend in the knees. Inhale, halfway up, hands on shins. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Inhale, shifting forward to the toes. Exhale, lowering down all the way to the mat. Tops of the feet come down, peeling the chest up. We've already done this. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right foot steps forward to the right hand. Exhale, left foot follows. Inhale, rise, arms wide, reaching to the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, lowering down. Tops of the feet come down, peeling up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot rises. Exhale, steps it through. Right foot follows. Fold. Inhale, rise. We'll do two more, one on each side. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, lowering down. Tops of the feet come down, peeling up. Exhale, down dog. A little bit of a different transition here. Inhale, right heel reaches toward the sky. Exhale, steps it through to the right hand. Inhale, rising, torso and arms rise in a lunge. Exhale, rotate, open to the left. Inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, hands come down. Left foot steps forward, fold. Inhale, arms wide, rise up. Same thing on the other side, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale, peeling up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left foot rises. Exhale, steps it through. Inhale, torso and arms rise. Open to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale, fold. Step the right foot forward. Fold. Inhale, rise. Okay. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips. That was a little bit of a workout there. Exhale, step the left foot back. So straight back into a lunge. Hands on the hips, warrior one stance. So feet hip distance apart, so you've got some good stability here. You're not on a balance beam. Inhale, arms to the sky. And then let's bring them down in goalpost shape. So shoulders, elbows in line with shoulders. We're going to flow. Inhaling here, exhaling to the center. So bring the forearms together around the spine. And then inhale, back, open again. Exhaling, rounding like cow-cat movements. Rounding the spine, feeling the shoulder blades separate, and then inhale, opening back up. Continue that flow with your breath. Focus on the transition, not the arrival. What's going on with your body as you move from shape to shape? What's going on with your emotions as you take one shape or the other, as you fold in, as you open up? Next time you find yourself in the open position, pause there. Maybe a little extra back bend, reaching your gaze up toward the sky. And then exhale, hands to the hips. Ground the foot, so take the toes out to an angle about 45 degrees and really ground the whole foot. Feel like you're standing on both feet. And we're going to work on the hamstring for a moment. So exhale, lengthen the front leg and hinge at the hips and fold forward. So keep a slight bend in that front knee. And then begin folding. So you can take your hands to your thigh, to your shin, to the mat, whatever works for you. Key thing here is lengthen the back. We're not rounding, we're lengthening, we're hinging at the hips. So fold. Each inhale, reaching through the crown of your head and back through your hips. Each exhale, just a little bit down, a fraction of an inch further down. But let your body release into this shape using your breath. When your body feels safe, it will go further. It needs to feel that it's being supported. Next inhale, bringing your hands back to your hips, rising up and stepping the left foot forward. We'll do the other side. Inhale, setting your hips down and back. Fierce pose, arms by your ears. Exhale, arms by your side, lengthening your legs. Inhale, rising up, arms tall. Exhale, fold. Hinging at the hips, reaching forward and down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, hips go down and back, arms by your ears. Light on your toes, so your weight is in your heels like you're sitting on a chair. Pause here with your breath. Inhaling, rise up. Exhale, take your hands to your hips. Step your right foot back into a lunge. Bringing the arms above your head. This time taking your elbows down to your hips. So palms up. And we're going to cross a different way. So exhale, bring the hands to the center, crisscross them. Round the spine, tuck the chin. Inhale, bringing the thumbs back out. So feeling the chest open. Exhale, coming back in. Crisscross the other way. Inhale, open back up. Continue flowing with your breath. Take your time. This is balance. This is a lot of challenge, even though it doesn't seem like it should be. So take your time flowing with your breath. And noticing the transitions and feeling the sensations that your body moving through these shapes experiences. Next time you find yourself in that open position, maybe take it just a little deeper into that back bend, gaze up toward the sky, pause with your breath. Exhale, hands to your hips, and we'll ground the back sole. So step the toes out just a little, angle out about 45 degrees, hip distance apart with your legs, and begin to fold. So hinge at the hips, reaching long, keeping a slight bend in the front knee, reaching long through the crown of the head and down, and then find whatever place is right for your hands to rest. Inhaling long through the spine, crown of the head to the sit bones, going in opposite directions. And then exhale just a little deeper each time. Your body will release very slowly. Next inhale, coming back up, stepping to the top of your mat. Inhale, fingers to the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Inhale, right foot comes forward to meet your hand. Dial the back foot down, parallel to the back of your mat, leading with your left hand, coming up into Warrior Two. Doesn't matter which side you're on. I know it's a little confusing with the circle here, so just go with it. We'll do the opposite side the next time. So we're going to do a little bit of a flow. So taking your back hand down the thigh, inhaling, lengthening the front leg and reaching up and over. And then exhale, coming forward lightly, touching down with your front elbow, reaching the back arm up and over. And do that flow a few times with your breath. So finding, you'll probably really notice some real opening going on in the side body here. So just go with it. Take your time. Find the full range of motion you can here. And notice the sensations that come up, how much strength is needed to move between these shapes. What muscles are working. And how the process of moving is actually just as important as the process of arriving. Now that you've flowed for a little bit, the next time you find yourself in the forward position, pause there for a moment. Finding that strength in the upper side of your body. So from the fingertips to the heel, find really a lot of strength. You're very light on that lower arm. You're barely touching down. You're holding yourself with your side. And then maybe if you want the extra layer of challenge, you bring both arms toward each other as if you're holding a beach ball between your hands. And you don't have to if that's too much. This is very rigorous. So just figure out what's right for your body and pause. And keep that breath long and smooth. Inhale, leading with the upper arm, coming back into your warrior two position. Taking the back arm behind your back, so rotating thumb down and placing it on the back of the hand on your sacrum, and then lengthening the front leg and reaching as far forward as you can through those fingertips. Keeping that upper shoulder really open, so not allowing yourself to fold inward, but really keeping yourself open. And then we'll slowly unfold into triangle, so letting the upper arm come toward the sky, lower arm comes down toward the earth, outside of your thigh or outside of your shin, and just pause there in triangle. So keeping very open. Inhale, leading with your upper arm, coming back into warrior two. Let's just pause here with our breath. So really press down through both feet. Feel them both equally being standing on so that your weight is distributed. And look over the front fingertips. And just pause here with your breath and feel the strength of this position. Exhale, taking your hands to your hips, rotating all toes to the long side of your mat. Heels out, toes in. We're going to fold. So hinging at the hips, folding forward, keeping a slight bend in the knees. So this is kind of like a wide-legged down dog. So reaching out, bringing your hands to the earth, and folding. Length from the crown of your head to your hips. Full breaths here. And then slowly walking your hands toward the other side of the mat. It would be probably your left foot. Just make sure you're doing the opposite of what you did the first time, coming up into warrior two. So some of you you're all facing, that's okay. We're all facing different directions, no problem. We're going to flow. Back arm goes down the back thigh. Front arm goes up and over. And then exhale, bringing the front arm down lightly on the thigh. And continue flowing forward and back with your breath. So take your time, enjoying the sensations of it, enjoying the transitions. And the next time you find yourself in the forward position, really set up for that strength. So reaching from the upper fingertips to the heel, really find that strength lightly on the front elbow. And then maybe you allow your arms to float up toward each other, finding that strength. So keeping your body open. And then inhaling, leading with the upper arm like you're reaching toward the sky and unfolding back into warrior two. Gaze over the front fingertips. Lengthen the front leg, reach through the fingertips, and then rotate the torso. Hands perpendicular to the earth. And the front arm is on the outside of the thigh. Yeah. And just check in. If you're leaning forward over the side of your mat, you want to keep your chest really nice and open. So keep the, yes, nice. And then leading with the upper arm coming up, pausing in your warrior two for a moment. Just feeling the sensations of it. Beautiful breeze. Bringing your hands to your hips. This time all the toes toward the side of the mat, toes out, heels in. So toes and knees heading in the same direction here. And we're going to let our body sit down in between our hips. Just like soften here. And maybe you take your palms forward by your knees and you just kind of flow a little bit side to side, allowing that release to occur, softening to occur. And then coming back to center, let's sink just a little deeper, open that chest, maybe the hands even come to the tops of your thighs, open the chest, pause with your breath. Take your hands to your hips, lengthen the legs, heel toe the feet together, coming into a standing position. And then we'll rotate, all heading toward the center of the circle, and get ready to come down. So inhale, fingers to the sky, coming up onto the tiptoes. Exhale, coming down into a squat. And when we get to the bottom, the knees go wide, and you reach your hands forward as far as you can. And maybe, if you're close to the earth, you let your hips come down. If you're not, you bring your hands to the side and help yourself down. You come down, and we will bring the soles of the feet together. So in a bound angle shape, we're going to lengthen up through the crown of the head, and then we're going to hinge forward any amount. So just let your body soften into this shape. Use your breath, especially at this point in the practice. We want a longer, slower inhale and an even longer exhale. So just really slow your breath down. We're trying to take our energy down. And after you've lengthened for a while, if you want to allow your head to relax and kind of hang forward, that's fine too here. You can round a bit. Just releasing into this shape. And then coming back up, we're going to take our right leg toward the right corner of our mat and bring our left knee in, hug it in, get nice and tall. Flex the right foot, so strong leg, and then we're going to step the left over the right. Ground the sole of the foot, and we're going to wrap the right arm around the left knee and rotate open to the left. So deep twist, and you may feel that in your left glute. So just soften into that. Inhaling back to center. Let's extend the left leg forward, corner of the mat, and bring our right knee in toward our chest. Hug it in, get nice and tall. Flex the left foot. And then step the right foot over the left, wrap the left arm around, and rotate open to the right. So nice and tall through the spine. And breathing into whatever sensations you feel in your hips. Coming back to center, taking our legs long. We're going to make sure you have space behind you to lie down. We're getting ready. We're not quite there, but we're getting ready. So let's do boat pose yet before we go down to a restful state here. So we're going to bring our palms facing up, our chest nice and wide, and we're going to bring our shins parallel to the earth. If this is too much for you, you can always take your hands behind and use them as support. But either way, your shins are parallel to the earth. And we're going to keep our knees and our chest as close together as we can. So we're really in a nice tight V. And then we're going to begin to flow a little bit. This is hard, so just be patient. And you can use your hands to support you in this shape. So inhaling and exhaling. And inhaling and exhaling. And inhaling. And the next time you find yourself in boat shape, pause there. Allow your feet to come down. And we'll just rock our way down to slowly let yourself come down to the mat. Using the strength of your core, coming down. And we'll do a bridge flow before we settle in. So hug your knees in. Wrap your arms around them, and then place your hands by your side. Allow your soles of your feet to come to the earth. So setting up for bridge. Hands by your side, soles of the feet on the earth. Check in that your heels are pretty close to your fingertips. So when you come up, your knees are going to be over your ankles. So tuck in as much as you can. We're going to inhale our arms overhead and our hips come up. Arms go all the way back to the earth, and then exhale, hips and arms come down. Use your whole breath to get from one shape to the other. So full inhale all the way up, and a full exhale all the way down. Do a couple on your own. This again is a wonderful pose to really pay attention to the journey, the path that you're following, all the muscles that are working as you get there. And the next time you find yourself at the top, you have the option, if you'd like, to take your hands and interlace them behind your back, pressing up through the hips a little bit more. So coming into a little bit more of a back bend. Press up through the heels, up through the hips, and then hands interlaced or on the mat, and finding the strength of that back bend. Couple of full breaths here. And then releasing the hands, allowing the hips to come back down to the earth. Take whatever last movements you would like to take this evening before settling in. Maybe some rolling around on your spine. If you do that, go circles in each direction, or windshield wiper your legs from side to side, whatever feels good to you. This beautiful evening. Flowing with your breath, your sense of what is important for your journey. And when you're ready, coming to Shavasana, whatever shape you'd like to take this evening. So it can be the traditional shape with your hands by your side, your heels toward the corners of the mat, or it can be on your side, can be seated, whatever feels right to you, wherever you'll be most relaxed. The journey's done. We have no more effort, no more work, just rest. Pause here with your breath for a few more minutes. Bringing your attention to your breath in the center of your chest. Following it as it flows out through your fingers and toes. Invite some small movements to your hands. Squeeze and release. Toes point and flex. Beginning to wake up again to the world. And when you're ready, making a pillow with your arms, rolling to one side for a couple more breaths as we find our way back up. Slowly pressing your way up to a comfortable seat. Sitting nice and tall, crown of the head to the sit bones, letting the hands rest in your in your lap or thighs. We'll just do a moment here of work with our necks, allowing your head to lean toward the right side of your body. Let right ear comes down toward your shoulder, and then let the chin come down toward your chest. And just find whatever place there needs a little bit of attention. Pause. And then rolling the chin forward to the chest, taking it to the opposite side, just kind of allowing the ear to come toward the shoulder, then the chin toward the chest, finding that release. Chin comes back to the chest and comes up. Nice big shoulder roll, shoulders to the ears and back down. Once more. And maybe in the opposite direction, back and forward. And then taking your hands to heart center. We'll seal our practice today with one collective sigh. Full inhale, open mouth exhale. Namaha, namaste. Thank you for practicing with me this evening. Couldn't ask for a more beautiful evening. Have a great rest of your day.